culturally. Now, same neighborhood, different street. I've heard, and I can tend to agree with the rise in violence, not just mass shootings, but not just mass shootings, but shootings, period, from coast to
Mm.
coast and everything in the middle. How much is that? And we can only speak, because let me say we, and I say we, I mean generally as Black people. We can only
Mm-hmm.
speak as coming up in the Black culture of how much has things culturally degraded to the point where and you know what? Now that you said that, let me just put it on the youth period. Let me put it on anyone from 21 to about 35 period, where have we gone culturally? I mean, what do you think about it culturally? Where or you can throw 18 in there, but how bad have we got as a society and a culture, where we just don't care about the next person anymore? I mean, even in the city of Dallas, I mean, I have family very close to me that are on the police force, and they have seen an exponential rise in road rage.
Huh.
You know, um,
Yeah.
Really?
so what's going on? What do you think is going on? And I'll tell you what I think is going on. What do you think is going on in society, um, and pop culture as a whole, that gets us this point? I've heard people, we said a moment ago, blame video games. Some people blame violent movies. Some people blame rap songs. I just think that it's going back to something that you said originally. We're so focused in our own little lives, in our own world, where we miss cues of someone in mental distress.
Mm.
We just don't that, and then, and because we are in our own world so much, we live through social media, where it always focuses on how much attention we can get, how much shine can I get, how can I bring more eyes to me. Have we gotten to that point? It seems that way. Have we gotten to the
I
point
mean,
where I don't give a damn about the next man?
and that's right up there with saying how many TikTokers have died for that opportunity of 15 minutes.
Oh, dear.
I
And
mean,
some of those eat a Tide Pod challenge. See, stupid, stupid.
yeah, I heard about that. And again, it's not stupidity. It's actually, well, of course, as a mental health professional, it's actually very alarming. It's concerning because we have a lot of followers being created rather than leaders. And we're having individuals struggle with what it means to apply assertiveness and directness and discipline into young people's upbringing. And because people are concerned with the fact that they feel they are determining this person's character rather than letting them freely explore their individuality, we're creating a lawless group of um, we're creating a lawless group of individuals who lack a level of social etiquette and whom lack a level of respect for self and country, that they are choosing a level of entitlement that they themselves do not deserve, nor do they understand what it means to earn it.
Mm.
That is what it means to want 15 minutes and to end your life or to risk others' lives in order to obtain that.
What do you have to say about any of all this, Frosty? I mean, you have I mean, from a your perspective, young Black male out here in these streets working hard for the money. Um,
Mm-mm, mm-mm. That sounded
I
silly.
mean, Brandon, what do you think about how the people are clamoring and the blame game being shifted around? Because after you answer this, I'm going to take it to another spot. Go ahead.
Well, I think I agree with a lot of what both of you said about the current state of affairs in our country, society. I was having on YouTube,
Mm,
and I was on some of the videos from Beto O'Rourke comments, what he did,
Mm.
several other instances. And a lot of people are very unknowledgeable on access to firearms. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
I saw comment I saw a lot. They kept saying like, "Why? How can you buy guns online? I don't understand. How can you buy guns online?" It's like, well, you do know once you purchase the gun online, you cannot have it shipped to your home. It goes to an FFL where you have to go to get your background check. A lot of people do not know that. So a lot of people are informing them in the comment section. They're like, "What? What do you mean? I didn't know that." It's like, yes, yes. So please do a little more due diligence. But God, also going to what you said earlier about how uninformed people are when it comes to firearms, but also too touching on what you finished up on was about the lack of care, the isolation of people in society,
Mm.
the, the mental health. So many people are so many of us are in our own bubble that we don't have time to look, pay attention to other people's sorrows, pains, um, and their experiences. You know, some people have terrible childhoods. Some people have terrible situations they find themselves in, and are not able to get the help that they need so they can prevent a tragedy such as this. And I believe you can't stop everything from happening, but you do try to mitigate as much as possible.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people don't understand or don't want to do the work when it comes to, they say they want to take the guns because the gun is an object. But I've never seen a gun get out of a gun's
Yes.
closet. Never seen it get out of a drawer. I never seen it unholster itself. I never seen it load a magazine. I never seen a gun load its own magazine. I never seen it load itself, cock it, chamber around. I never seen it take aim. No, before it takes aim, I never seen it jump out, go down the street, get in the car chase with police officers, and then aim itself and shoot several people. I've never seen a gun do that
Right.
before. It's
Well,
And
like,
go ahead.
go ahead. And it's like, that's the part where I don't understand why they focus on the firearm itself. It's like, well, you do know the person behind the firearm is the one that's doing this. And I always find it interesting that once was tragedy like this happens, you notice how they just suddenly just, the thing doing, the person who did it is like, well, they tried to see who that person was, but you see also that they focus not on that person but the weapon. It's like they say, you know what? Yes, but we're focusing on this. It changes. It's almost like there's like a disconnect or something, and I always find that interesting. Um, but then again, that could be just political maneuvering. That could be that um, to for those who want to institute stricter gun control, whatever tragedy gets quickly consumed by whatever the political issue is.
And that's exactly where I thought you were gonna go. Simpatico, politicizing this is one of the most heinous things I've seen done. That thing that Beto O'Rourke did, wow, literally, the bodies are not even in the ground. Why kids are not even, why some children and people are still holding on, fighting for their lives. Beto O'Rourke decided to make an outlandish political statement because that's all that was. When he showed up at the governor's address to scream out loud and draw all the attention to himself, who did that benefit? It didn't help any of the grieving parents. It did not help a hurting community. What he tried to do was bring light to his floundering campaign to become governor. And what it did was make him look like a true 100% ass.
mm,
That put a bullet in the brain of his political career. because I mean, even Obama put out the most just tone deaf tweet known to mankind. And his tweet on Tuesday's shooting, President Obama's tweet said um, that on this day, he's still thinking about is this the 2 year anniversary of St. Floyd, of George Floyd. And he's thinking about it 2 years and what progress has been made, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna use this tragedy of children being killed at a school to bring up George Floyd. What happened to him was terrible, heinous, shouldn't have happened. But let's please stop using him as Saint George or Saint Floyd. It's not what's hot in the streets. And why the hell would you bring it up now? It's all politics. They really have no intention on trying to fix this. Hell, gun legislation has been stalled in Congress in Congress forever. And why hasn't it been done? Biden right now boasts and brags on a point that's very true. He's in the White House. The Democrats run the Senate, and the Democrats run the House. So how hard should it be to push through all these gun laws that y'all say y'all need to do? Y'all don't. Y'all use these incidents for political grandstanding, for virtue signaling. Y'all don't want to tell the people the truth. Look, the problem ain't the guns. Frosty just said it. The problem ain't the guns, it's the people. We sent $40 billion to the Ukraine to aid them. And there have literally been mental health facilities shut down because the government says we don't have the money, we can't afford it. That's terrible. That's absolutely end of the line terrible. And I'm not going to say that neither side doesn't do it. What I am saying is that the left side seems to do it a lot better, a lot louder, and a lot more. It's all political grandstanding. It really is. I was reading an article today, just Google searching gun laws, and found out at one point, not at one point in time, but found out that even the Democrats said, well, we're going to table any gun laws until after midterms. Wait, if it's such an important thing, why do you want to wait till after midterms? Oh, you want to see how the vote turns out. Oh, you want to use this so when it comes time, when it's time to amp up the political campaign, you can use this incident. If it's so important, do it now. Because it's not like they have several bills that they can simply do. True, the filibuster can stop some, but there are many that even Republicans have said, hey, I can get on board with this. Hey, I can agree to this. But their words, we're going to wait till the midterms. So that's the point I'm making about this particular segment here is y'all really don't want to change anything. Y'all really don't care. You really don't. Because if you did, you would. There is no reason that, and quoting, if the Democrats have the House and the Senate and the presidency, why can't you get shit accomplished? That's going to do it for this segment of Free Mind Thinkers. If you like what you heard, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to hear more of it, go ahead, hit the subscribe while you're at it. And please feel free to comment on anything that you hear. And as we always say here at Free Mind Thinkers, listen less, learn more. Don't forget that you can find us on all your social media platforms. Getter, Gab, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute. And we are podcasts on several media platforms. Make sure you check out full episodes there in the podcast section or wherever you may get your favorite podcasts. Until the next time, y'all stay up.